One of the really cool things that I help people with is kind of motivate them to learn the language, right? That's number one. My main passion is motivating guys in the field to really help them understand that this is not just a job, it's not an hourly gig, it's a career. So a lot of times you can see that person fail. So that's another thing that I coach to. It's really to have the proper guidance, proper training, proper support when they are at that higher level role.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Landscaper's Guide podcast. Today I'm excited to talk with Pam Berrios from the Infinity Group. Pam is a longtime green industry contact of mine. I've known you for feels like 10 years or so.
Years, yes.
And we've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time and we're finally doing it.
I know, this is exciting.
So thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So for folks who don't know you, tell us a little bit about your background.
Absolutely. So again, Pam Berrios, this year will be my 30th year in the industry. I used to own my own company, all full design service, construction, maintenance for 25 years. And kind of alongside with that, I've always been really passionate about training. And I opened my own training and consulting company, and I've been helping crews in the industry at the field level with training in Spanish. So it's a very dedicated niche to our Latinos in the industry, to my community, and I look to elevate them to help them become leaders and hopefully elevate the industry as a whole.
And how have you done that with the NALP? Because you've done quite a bit.
Yeah, so we used to, we actually started a association specifically directed to the Latinos in the industry, and it was called the National Hispanic Landscape Alliance. We ran that for a long time, and that kind of tied in now to the Latino network at NALP.
Yeah.
So
and did you start that with Chuy
Yes,
Medrano?
absolutely. That's why I came this year to
Yeah.
kind of honor him.
Yeah, so Chuy, we just got to see he earned the Lifetime Achievement Award from
Yes.
NALP.
That's right. That's
So-
right. Longtime mentor of mine. He was actually one of the people that actually got me passionate and got me started with thinking about the number one thing we need to focus in this industry is our people. That's our motor, that's our engine, that's who we need to focus on. So,
Yeah, and that was cool to see that
Yes.
Madi accept the award yesterday.
Absolutely. Mari's like a sister to me. The whole Medrano family is, and it's really nice to finally see representation of our community up there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what are you working on now?
Oh,
So
goodness gracious.
it's November 2025.
It is.
And what are you up to at this phase of your career?
Well, again, my main passion is motivating guys in the field to really help them understand that this is not just a job, it's not an hourly gig, it's a career, and you can go as big as you want, you can learn as much as you want, you can live your entire life with this, and you can grow with it. So I want to make that contribution to the industry as much as I can.
So I see that opportunity abundantly. That this is a career industry.
Yes.
And I work with landscape people who start their own company and they grow into these big companies, or I interview employees.
Yes.
When you say that you work on teaching people that, do they not know that? Do you think that a lot of people think it's just a job?
So there's a huge misconception in the industry, I believe, and from what I've seen in just all the many years that I've been doing this, that when they first start working in the industry, it kind of is just that. It's kind of like a means to, our communities used to working in the fields back home, so they kind of come here and it's like, oh, we're working outside. It's actually really nice to work outside. But I don't think that they have that pathway, kind of just looking ahead and seeing hey, you're starting here, you're starting as a laborer, but this is really where you could get to. And I think with the right guidance, with the right training, with the right motivation, and just seeing people's potential, I've seen so many people grow and then turn into, crew leaders, assistant managers, branch managers even, and that's what we need. We need more representation of that so that people that are just coming in the industry can see that pathway and can get there.
One idea have you thought about starting your own podcast?
Yes, actually, in Spanish, many times. And it's actually in the works. That's another thing that's in the works for next year.
Okay, and it's in Spanish?
I would like to do it in Spanish.
Because I think that would be a great way to reach people.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
interview people
in
about
the
their
industry,
career path. in Spanish.
Yeah.
And so one interesting thing that happened today, I was talking with this woman she came by my booth and she was looking at my book and she started telling me her story. She's from Brazil.
Oh, nice.
And she grew up growing vegetables with her family, and then she studied agronomy, and then she moved to the United States, and she's now an account manager, but she speaks Portuguese, English, and Spanish.
Well. Yeah.
And so we use ChatGPT together
Wow.
on the podcast. And I'm like, hey, I'm curious, how does ChatGPT translate Portuguese into Spanish? And so like she literally just spoke into it, and it was like,
Nice.
and it just did it. So that was just an interesting experience for me
Absolutely. Yeah.
today in running my podcast that I wouldn't have thought about doing that
Right.
a few years ago.
Right.
So I'm curious, how are you using AI with you work with Spanish speaking people?
Yes.
How are you working with them on like translation and stuff like that?
Yeah, so one of the really cool things that I help people with is kind of motivate them to learn the language, right? That's number one, because if you want to be a manager, if you want to step up, if you want to elevate yourself, you got to get with the language. So AI now has become such a big part of what we do at every level that, there is AI-based apps that you can learn language in. So I kind of promote those, just whatever you can do to kind of help you. But the main thing is that you kind of have to stop your Spanish life for a minute and start like reading in English, listening to music in English, watching TV in English. I mean, you just kind of really have to stop everything else, and it's hard to do, which is why, it's always been a problem in our industry. But I think with the help of AI, it's definitely easier. There's a lot of translators, immediate translators. There's things you can put in your ear, actually, you'll be talking to me in English and I'm hearing it in Spanish. Yeah,
wow, I haven't seen
been using those as well. So I've used those to connect kind of field people with managers. They work really well. So it's just the beginning, right? Like everything is heading that way, and it's innovative, and it's just growing. So I think it's going to be really cool for connecting both sides of the industry. Yeah.
What are some things that you're working with your consulting clients on right now that maybe we could share a tip with the audience, something that would be helpful to them?
Honestly, I have to say this, and I live by this. It's all about building relationships. As cool as AI is, and as cool as robotics are, and like all these other innovative stuffs, it still goes down to that one thing, which is, care. You care about your people, and that's, and you show that you care, genuinely care. They're going to be loyal, they're going to advance with you, they're going to help you grow your business, So I think at the end of the day, no matter how much cool stuff we have, it's all about that building of relationships, that bond and trust, and just really empowering people and caring about them.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Good.
So
Good for you.
Yeah, no, I really do, because I think like sometimes I think people, there's all this cool tech stuff coming out, and it is helpful, but it's not I actually think people crave relationships even more
100%.
as a result of it.
Yes, 100%.
Because we're getting so much AI and tech and screen time. So what are some of the ways that landscape companies, maybe I've just found, like, honestly, in growing my own business, that it was easier, that sort of stuff just came more naturally as I was smaller.
Right.
But then as you start growing, it's harder.
Yes.
It's harder, and it sometimes feels like ships passing in the night of different crews, different people like that. So what are some of the ways that you coach your clients to build those relationships as they grow?
Most important things, I think, is to establish, as you grow and you start having more branches, more than one branch, and you expand and you scale, that you have a representative at each branch in charge of being that cultural liaison, that trainer. So I do a lot of train-the-trainer stuff, so where people are touching base with people and connecting at that day-to-day level. I think that's really important.
Do you ever find that people get promoted, they're really good at maybe the task side of things, and then they get promoted into a manager role, and they maybe don't
have the right guidance usually. So a lot of times you could see, that person fail. So that's another thing that I coach to. It's really to have the proper guidance, proper training, proper support when they are at that higher level role. So you're not just like throwing somebody in the lake and have them, row the boat. It's like, let me row the boat with you for a while, and then get you situated in that. Yeah,
Cool.
it's really important.
Well, so do you have any events and maybe not, but I'm
I
just...
do. I have events going on all the time. So I do a leadership boot camp that is 3 days that I take all over the country. It's called Elevate.
Oh, okay.
They stole the name from me.
I'm speaking at another event called Elevate
There you go.
in April. So
Well, it's a really great word. You
It
know,
is a great
like
word. I like
when
it.
I put together the leadership
Uh-huh.
program, and it actually means the same thing in Spanish and English, and it's spelled the same way.
Really?
So it's elevate, yeah, elevate, and that's the same thing. You know, it's like we want to elevate ourselves, to elevate our people, to elevate our companies, and it's always been a concept that I've held dear to my heart, and I love to elevate people. It's what I do.
Cool. Well,
So-
do you have any questions for me or anything you want to share on the show?
I would love to do a Spanish-speaking podcast with you and test your Spanish out, and maybe we could use a little bit of AI. I don't know how it'll go, but I would love to do that. Let's test it out.
I would be pretty intimidated to do it, but
I'm sure you
up
can do
for the
it.
challenge.
Awesome.
And I will need to practice.
Okay,
I will need to practice, and I'm up for the challenge.
All
And
right.
I think that would be fun.
let's do
I
it.
also want to encourage you to just get started with your podcast, because
Okay.
I think it would really serve the industry.
I think so as well.
And
Maybe I could get some tips from you
I
on how
yeah,
to get started.
so I'm coming up on my 300th episode,
Awesome.
and
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been. I started it during COVID,
Wow.
and I started it before I knew COVID was happening. So it was literally that spring
Wow.
of COVID, and I was just like, I'm just gonna launch it. I was like, well,
Right.
maybe I shouldn't launch it. I'm like, so all I'm saying is, like, get started. You
Right.
get better along the way.
Sure.
And one thing I did take that really helped me is a course called Power Up Podcasting
Awesome.
by Pat Flynn.
All right,
and
I'm
it-
taking that note.
I don't know if anyone has ever given you a spreadsheet in your career that you end up it becomes part of your life.
Yeah, for sure.
Part of the deal from that thing is he has this spreadsheet that helps you organize your episodes.
nice,
And I
okay.
still use it 5 years
Wow.
later.
Talk about a powerful tool. I like
It
that.
was incredible.
Yeah.
So check that out, and
thank you.
I'll look
That's
forward
really
to hearing
helpful.
from you when you're scheduling guests on
Absolutely.
your
And I
podcast.
look forward to doing a podcast in Spanish with you.
Okay.
You might be my first guest.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's a tall order. I think you need somebody who's more fluent in Spanish to come on the show if you want people to really listen to it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. All right. Well, Pam
Well, thanks.
Berrios is it Infinity Group?
Infinity Group, that's right.
Where can we connect with you if we want to learn more?
So just pam@pamberrios.com. It's my email, or pamberrios.com.
I'll put
Yeah.
I'll put links to that in our show notes, and thanks for
Awesome.
coming on the podcast.
Awesome.
Great to see you.
Thanks, Jack. Great to see you.